closer?
No, I think you're good.
I lean back.
Yeah, chill. Vibe. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Today we have my beautiful and intelligent sister Demi Holzbus here, and we are going to be doing a different style video that we haven't done on the channel yet, which I'm very excited about. Demi is an RN. You guys know I'm a PA, and so today I thought I've given you guys so much PA related content, why not bring in my sister to talk a little bit about the nursing side of medicine. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I have some questions that I'm going to be asking her today, but
in the hot seat.
Yeah, in the hot seat, but just a casual conversation between brother and sister. It'll be a lot of fun, so I hope you guys enjoy. Diving right in, what is your favorite thing about being a nurse?
What I do specifically. So, I mean, in general, favorite part about being a nurse is just meeting different people. Like, I really like that in my field of nursing, I can just talk to my patients about literally anything. So I like that aspect of it, is like connecting with people. And I think specifically with my job, my favorite part of it is being there on either the best day of their lives or the worst day. And there's no in between for it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very different sides of the spectrum, two extremes, but it's really rewarding.
We should have you introduce yourself.
Okay.
So it's a great answer,
Thank you,
I should have had you introduce yourself. So why don't you tell them your title, like your credentials, and what specialty you're in.
Okay, do you want me to go background too?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, send it.
So I went to the same, I'm gonna just do all the details and then you can cut out whatever you want. So I went to the same high school as Halen and did similar things that he did that I'm sure he's talked about, like college classes in high school. And then I went to Arizona State.
Go Devils.
To get into the direct nursing program at ASU, you had to have a specific GPA and a specific SAT or AST, is it?
ACT?
ACT in, yeah. So I couldn't get, I have really bad test anxiety, so I couldn't get either of my scores the number that they needed to be, but I had a great GPA. So I wasn't able to get into the direct nursing program at ASU. So I just went in as a public health major, and then after your 2 years of prerequisites, then you have to apply for the nursing program. So I went downtown ASU and I did my prereqs down there, you know, A&P1, A&P2, all that fun stuff.
Torture.
And then COVID sent me home, so then I had to do my second year of prereqs at home. Which was hard, but you know, it is what it is. I got through it, so it's fine. And then after that, I applied to the nursing program, and anyone watching this, I have to tell this part of the story because it's, you know, a little bump in the road, but I got past it.
Let's hear it.
But
nothing goes perfect. So.
Yeah, and some of the advisors at ASU were kind of discouraging at the beginning, kind of letting me know I needed to have other options available because it didn't look like I could possibly get into the direct nursing program or to the nursing program because it was so competitive. So I had a couple different options available because I didn't want to be like SOL. So because I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a nurse, so I didn't want to just sit around. I wanted to have all options available. So I applied to the ASU nursing program when the time came and took the tests I needed to do for that. And then I took a different exam for a couple of the community college programs that were around my area as well. And I ended up finding out that I got into the community college programs before I heard anything about ASU. And I actually took the leap of faith and was like, okay, well, ASU is my first option and, you know, I can't accept right now. And thankfully, because I studied my butt off for those tests and made sure my GPA was the best that it could be, I got into the ASU nursing program. And then, so it was a very stressful experience, but, you know, I don't know, maybe thinking back on it, it was kind of more stressful than nursing school itself because I knew I had a spot
for sure,
in the nursing program once I was in it, So, yep, and then was starting nursing school and I got into the summer program. So it's a year-round program. So you go summer, winter, spring, all the things, just year round. You get like a couple weeks off here and there, but so
how long was it entirely?
So I graduated in 3.5 years.
Okay.
So my 2 years of prereqs, and then technically like 1 full semester, full 1 year, and then like a couple pieces here and there. So anyway, yeah, so I got in, and nursing school, I have only great things to say about ASU. I thought the program was great. I felt actually pretty prepared leaving nursing school. And then I felt pretty prepared, honestly, to take the NCLEX as well. It was very stressful. But nursing school itself, some people say that they would never do it again. And I actually would.
We're just weird because I would do PA school again.
I would.
I'm weird.
Well,
it's a toxic trait.
I loved going to class and learning something that I never knew before, and like being like, that's crazy, or like that makes sense, or whatever. And then my like first day of lab, I met my best friend.
She's actually sitting here in the audience, live audience today.
And so nursing school brought me like my best friend. So obviously it was a great experience, and God knew we really needed each other because we became study buddies. I ended up moving in with her, so I think both of us could say we probably wouldn't have gotten through it without each other. So I loved nursing school because of that. She's crying now. Just kidding, she's not a crier, but yeah, it was a positive experience, and then being able to graduate knowing like you worked your butt off and you have your best friend beside you was a great experience. So I graduated with my RN, or with my BSN, and then you have to take the NCLEX to get your RN. So I took the NCLEX, thankfully passed once. It was the most stressful. I literally blacked out. I couldn't tell you anything that was on it. And yeah, and so I got a job at a hospital in the Valley and in labor and delivery. And I had 12 weeks of orientation, which I thought was plenty of time. They allow you to have a little bit more time if you feel like you needed it. So you train in labor and delivery, and then you also get days in postpartum because we float over there. You get trained in antepartum because once you have a little bit of experience, they put you over in antepartum. And then you get trained in the operating room. And so did all of that training, and then you take all your classes, like BLS class. Even if you've already had it for nursing school, you have to get it again. ACLS, NRP, advanced fetal monitoring, a bunch of certifications, but those all were things that my employer paid for. And yeah, so fast forward, I'm coming up on my 2 years of working there.
It's wild.
I know.
It's gone by so quick.
I know, it's crazy. So yeah, so I love it there. I have great, coworkers and everything, and yeah, so mainly labor and delivery. I'm in antepartum a decent amount as well, and then I float over to postpartum. I work night shifts, so we don't do any scheduled C-sections on nights. We do C-sections if they're emergent, and then we do scheduled inductions on nights. So I would say you get a little bit of everything in labor and delivery, but scheduled inductions on night shift are like one of your things. So yeah, so that's me. I work in labor and delivery, and I love it.
She does. She delivers them babies. She does birthday parties every day. She actually answered quite a few questions that I was going to ask her.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. It's natural.
I get yapped a lot.
It's fantastic. Like, I think that something you touched on that's super important is having that support system. Like you having your friend Jenna through school. It's so critical to have somebody just that can be in the trenches with you.
Yeah.
And even if they're not even in school with you, having somebody with you or somebody that's going to support and uplift you is important. But like having somebody that's actually in school going through this trench, it's huge.
And people that are like your same study styles. Like
for sure, it's
hard sometimes. I remember when before I got into the nursing program at college, like some people learned things a lot faster than me, and I was like, well, I need to study like 5 more hours than you.
Yeah.
But I felt like with Jenna, we had the same study styles, but what we found, I feel like most of the time, if there was something I didn't understand, usually she did and vice versa.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it was so nice. And having someone that's hardworking like you, so even when you don't want to do anything.
It's like, come on, we going, we're gonna do this. So we already kind of talked about like what your favorite thing about nursing is, but what would you say you don't quite enjoy just about nursing in general, and then kind of in relation to your specialty?
I feel like I'm very blessed to fully love what I do. And so I know like people in different specialties can answer this differently. Obviously, like they always say this and then you don't really understand it until you're in it, but like we have the highest highs, but like our lows are really bad. Like when you have a really sad situation that happens, it's usually it's out of your control. And it's devastating. It's someone's worst day of their life, you know? And so I would say that's the worst part, but it's hard because I also like take pride in that I get to be in their life for that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's hard on me emotionally, but I wouldn't say I hate that part of the job.
No, but it's just like a tough part of that.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then, I don't know, I feel like just bedside in general is tough. I feel like I see the good side of it, but you know, in the nursing in general, like ratios are really hard, and we we follow A1 standards to the best that we can. So our ratios are appropriate, but I would say, you know, like short staffing is like a true thing that you see everywhere. So there are nights when we're short-staffed, and then your assignments are your assignments, and your charge nurses try to do the best they can to help you out, but it is what it is. You know, there's no really way around it. So I'd say like
because staffing
is really a hard part of the job because that's out of your control, really.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like a lot of places are getting better about their work environment.
Yeah, the culture.
Yeah, and like actually, I think it's way better, but there always was this like, yeah, you nurses eat their young. Like I suffered, so you need to suffer, and it's unfortunate, but it's a thing.
Do you feel like you got eaten alive, or?
No, I feel like the people that trained me and the thing, you have to sink or swim.
Yeah. And
so they have to push you eventually, and you have to learn.
Yeah, I think that's true
it's
a
a
lot
good,
too.
It's a good balance, right? It's a good like, okay, let's push her. She needs to be on her own. She needs to learn this, but like in a good environment.
Yeah, like
versus
safe,
safety,
safe for you and safe for patients.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'd say that. I feel like at my facility, like there are always going to be like situations that occur, but I wouldn't say overall I feel that way. And I loved the girls that trained me. I don't feel that way at all, but it is a real thing that I hear from my friends from nursing school that happened, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think anyone out there watching this, like it's our job. Like I'm not new anymore, which is crazy. Yeah. So it's my job to to work towards having a better work culture for me and my coworkers, but also the people that are gonna come join our team, you know? Yeah. We want people to want to work there and want to go to work, so.
For sure. Do you regret becoming a nurse?
I mean, no. But then you like see other things where people get paid like so much money and you're like, oh my gosh. So I wouldn't, overall I say no, because I love my scheduling. I love that I'm hourly, and I love that I can pick up a shift whenever I want to make extra money. And I love my 3/12s, you know, and the self-scheduling. All of that to me outweighs anything else, you know? Sure. Yeah. And I don't think I regret it at all. I think that it's a great place to start. Like, if you want to grow within the medical field, you know what I mean?
Nailed my next question. Opportunity. Yeah. Is there room for growth? Yeah.
I feel like we know some people that went, like, try to get into, or even did nurse practitioner school, like, after nursing school, and, like, I feel like
it's good to get your feet wet in nursing before kind of pursuing the next higher level education as an NP.
But it's nice because with nursing, like, it is so, because you can even go to PA school if you wanted to after becoming a nurse. So it's nice because if you can do so much with nursing.
Yeah, and you can do.
If I wanted to leave my job and go work with Jenna, I could, And you could do inpatient, outpatient. It's good to kind of, if you're not sure, because you can explore. Yeah. And then if you want to further your career, like with, nurse practitioners, you have to specialize. So I feel like it's good to get your feet wet. And
know what you like, know what you don't like.
Yeah, exactly. Because then it's like I just spent money to get a nurse practitioner degree and I don't like my job.
Yeah, 100%.
So there's a lot of room to grow. Like I still eventually will be trained in triage, which is awesome. And then, you could become charge nurse, and then there's always like a way to work in management there. But then also like I could go to school to become a midwife or a nurse practitioner or this and that and the other. So, and even as nurses, you can do like clinical instructor, like be not necessarily a professor. You could do that if you wanted, but just go with a group of students to a hospital for their clinicals and be there to enhance the learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a 1 day a week gig.
Yeah.
So, you could do on top of your other stuff. So there's just a million different things, and I think I love the profession. So
after just asking Demi these few questions in real time with you guys, I'm realizing that she has so much knowledge that I want her to share with you guys that she doesn't even know this. This is gonna be part 1.
Okay.
This is gonna be part 1.
Your sister's
I'm gonna make
a
this.
talker, so
it's not even that. It's that you have so many helpful nuggets. Like there's so many things you can share just about being a night shift nurse. We could spend a whole video talking about night shift nursing. We could talk a whole video about like your journey to school. Like you have so much knowledge that I feel like could be so helpful to everybody out there. So
one of the doctors I work with said I need to become a
teacher
influencer.
or an influencer. Well, this is her beginning. This
it
is
was
influencer Demi in her nursing era.
You know who?
I want to kind of wrap this up with kind of like, what is one tip? It doesn't have to be like the best tip or anything, but what is one tip to anybody out there who's considering a career in nursing?
Fight for yourself and believe in yourself, because whether you're in nursing, like fight for yourself to get into a program. Believe in yourself, knowing like if you study harder, you can do it. There's always gonna be one subject or one thing you're not good at, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. And I would say then once you're in the nursing program, fight for, if there is a learning environment you're not learning in, fight for a better learning environment. If, people tell you, oh, well, guess what? You can't do labor and delivery as a new grad. Well, guess what? I did, so you can, There's a lot of things out there that are said, but I think if you put your mind to it, you could pretty much do anything, so.
Inspiring AF, nice.
It's true though.
Yeah, it is true.
They told me, if there's something you're passionate about, you just get in it, because even though I'm specialized, I could go and do anything still, they still, no matter what, if I went and did labor and delivery at a different hospital, they would still give me like 6 weeks of training. So it doesn't matter, so do what you want.
Heck yeah.
Professionally.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This was so great. Thank you again, Demi, for being a guest on the channel. I'll put her social down below too. Yeah, see you will. I'm gonna steal you and take you over here.
I'll go off of private too on Instagram.
Yeah, there you go. Well, they can request or whatever, but
request.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button because it really does help the channel grow. Comment down below if you have any questions for Demi or if there's any specific topics that you guys want us to talk about in the next nursing video. And until next time, and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you can
very important. Don't forget
very important. So you can stay up to date on future videos. And until next time, be the difference.
Be the difference.